Hello everyone. We are continuing with kinematics, and today we will be discussing the instantaneous cases that we had discussed previously. We will be dealing with the problems related to instantaneous speed or velocity as well as acceleration. Now, the formula, just recapitulating the thing. So we have the V instantaneous to be equal to limiting del t to 0. We have del s by del t, or delta s by delta t is equal to ds by dt. And as for acceleration, A instantaneous in the similar way is equal to limiting delta t tends to 0. Del v by del t is equal to dv by dt. So these are the formulas that we had discussed in the previous video, right? And in our chapter, okay, the acceleration remains constant, right? We are dealing with constant frame, accelerating frame, as we have discussed about frames earlier. So I hope you understand about frames. So acceleration is we are dealing with a constant acceleration, so the instantaneous acceleration is obviously remaining the same all the time as it is constant. Okay, but for problem's sake, we can deal with variable acceleration. So before discussing the problems related to the instantaneous cases, we'll need to know some more formula in mathematical differentiation or derivatives, which will be helpful to solve problems, right? So the general formulas that we can discuss, uh, at least for using them in kinematics for the time being at least. So the formulas being the first one, as we have studied earlier, this one as well. So y is equal to x to the power n, where n is a constant. Dy by dx is equal to nx to the power n minus 1. For the second formula, we have y is equal to ax to the power n plus bx to the power m. Now a, b, n, m here, they are all constants, but n and m are in powers, means they are the exponential terms. Okay, so all are constants, they have some numerical values related to them. So what is dy by dx in this case? Now remember, I am giving the formulas to you. We are not dealing with the how they came, where they came from. Okay, we need not deal with it right now. So this is equal to dy dx of the entire thing that I have taken in the bracket is equal to, I separate them, that is d by dx acts on them individually, d by dx of ax to the power n plus d by dx of bx to the power n. Now the constant terms a and b, because they are multiplied to them, they go outside, whereas the other constant terms, that is n and m, because they remain in power, okay, they are exponents, so they remain as such, they cannot be taken outside. So as per the formula, the first formula that we had used, so a and b remain outside. Yes, the first formulas that we have used, nx to the power n minus 1, they the power terms are used like that. So a, nx to the power n minus 1, and b multiplied with mx to the power m minus 1. Okay, so there are two terms over here. All right, so these two terms are dealt separately, or their derivatives are done separately, because both the terms are functions of x, or they depend on x. Okay, so we have the formula over there. Dy by dx now becomes a nx to the power n minus 1 and b mx to the power m minus 1. And let's take the third case, where y is equal to some constant k, suppose. Then dy by dx is equal to 0. Okay, because the value of k doesn't change, because y is constant, the value remains constant, does not change with respect to x. Now it is independent of x. Okay, so this is the entire concept of derivatives, so any change in x won't affect the value of y in this case. That's quite obvious, because we need to understand the derivatives over here, the concept of derivative, because in derivatives we were discussing about the ratio of dy by dx, means the change in y with respect to the change in x, because y is constant, it can never change now. So that is why, because there is no change with respect to x, the change is what? The change is 0, obviously. So this is how the concept of derivative goes. So if you understand the concept, it will help you to deal with the problems in a better way. So I take a sub case over there, that y is equal to k times of x, that is some constant multiplied by x. So all the three cases can come up over here. So we have dy by dx is equal to d by dx of k times of x. Now k is a constant, it goes outside as we have seen in the second case. So dx, now x to the power 1, simply x means x to the power 1, so 1x to the power 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, so x to the power 0 is 1 again. So all we have left is k. So the fourth formula now we can discuss is y is equal to two terms, that is u and v, and both these terms u and v, they are functions of x, means they depend on the value of x. Okay, just like y depends, we have two separate functions over here. So y dy by dx is equal to d by dx of u and v, u multiplied with v, where in the first case u is taken as a constant and we get the derivative of v over x, and then plus v is taken as a constant and you have du by dx. Now don't confuse u and v here with velocities, they are just the functions of x. Okay, which means their values depend on the values of x, right? So u dv by dx plus v du by dx when y is equal to u multiplied with v, right? So minimum, these are the formulas, these are the minimum derivative formulas that we can consider. And as I had said that previously, that here in case of instantaneous velocity, suppose we are finding in case of kinematics, instead of y we are using s, which is dependent on x, instead of x we are using time, which is independent now. I had said that in the previous video. So in case of instantaneous acceleration as well, y changes to v and x changes to t. V is dependent and t is independent. So v is equal to ds by dt and a instantaneous is equal to dv by dt. So the general formulas, and at this level the acceleration, as I had said, always remains constant, but for problem's sake I think we can deal with different values of acceleration. So it will be same, and therefore instantaneous value will always be same. Okay, now moving over to the next part, we can consider a few examples. Actually I have one example for you where I have taken two bits. So in that example, let me consider that if the position of an object is related to time as this, that is s is equal to t to the power 4 plus 5t cube plus 3t square plus 2t whole meter, it is in meters. So calculate the instantaneous speed at time t is equal to 2 seconds. Now we'll be obviously using ax to the power n plus bx to the power m form. Okay, although there are not two terms, there are four terms over here. So ds by dt, and instead of s I substitute that entire term over there, that is t to the power 4 and that. So derivative of these terms, d by dt of t to the power 4, 5 goes outside, 3 goes outside and 2 goes outside because they are constant terms, and we are left with the derivative of the first case is 4t cube, considering n to be 4 and x to the x instead of t, or t instead of x actually, and n minus 1 we have 4 minus 1, that is equal to 3, so we have 4t cube. And in the second case again we have 3t square, 5 is the constant, it was staying outside. And again in the third case, third bit, plus 3 times of 2t, and finally 2 times of dt by dt gives me only 1. So we have 4t cube plus 15t square plus 6t plus 2 meters per second. Now this is the expression for instantaneous speed. Okay, now what is the value at t is equal to 2 seconds? We just simply substitute t with 2, that is 2 cube, 2 square, 6 into 2, and the 2 that was constant outside. So 4 into 2 ka cube, that is equal to 32. 15 into square of 2 is 60. 6 multiplied with 2 is 12, and the 2 that was constant over there, that remains as such. So the total comes out to be 106 meters per second. So this is a simple example. Now in addition to this, suppose I want to find the instantaneous acceleration at t is equal to 3 seconds. Instantaneous acceleration now. The expression there given is for displacement or distance, that is s, but I want to find the acceleration. Now if you remember correctly, just going back, you can see that v instantaneous, the expression we had obtained, that is 4t cube plus 15t square plus 6t plus 2 meters per second, Okay, this was the expression that we had obtained after derivative, after taking the first differentiation. Then again, for instantaneous acceleration, we have to differentiate it once again, that is d by dt of the expression that we have over there. So all the constant terms go outside, and d by dt of t cube, d by dt of t square, d by dt of t, and the last term obviously is 2, that is a constant, so that goes to 0, its differentiation goes to 0. So that equates to 4 times of t cube का derivative 3t square plus 2 squares derivative is 2t plus 6 as remain. So now again we have the expression for instantaneous acceleration, that is 12t square plus 30t plus 6 meters per second square. Now at t is equal to 3 seconds, we just again substitute the value for t, that is equal to 3. So 12 times of 3 square plus 30 times of 3 plus 6 remains as such. So 108 plus 90 plus 6, that equates to 204 meter per second square. So this is how you can recap it again if you want to, if I was fast. So you can try some of these problems based on derivatives yourself, and in the next video we will be doing some combined problems related to average and instantaneous cases. Okay, till next time, thank you for your patience. Please go through the video once again if I was fast. I had to be, because